Hi, this is Rebecca from Crafting Mama at rebeccascrafts.blogspot.com. I wanted to show you a video on how I created this cute little Valentine's card. It's kind of a gatefold, Z-fold, three-dimensional card that opens up. I created these cards for my little girls for Valentine's Day, and I think that they came out really cute. So this is kind of what it looks like on the inside, and it just opens up. So here we go. What you're going to need is a standard size, a 12 by 12 sheet of cardstock, and this is some Valentine's cardstock from a K&Company stack, and it needs to be, you need to cut it down to 5 inches, so you're going to end up with a 5-inch by 12-inch sheet of cardstock. And so what you need to do to create the nice folds is take your scoring board, and starting from left to right, you need to score at 2 inches, 4 inches, 8 inches, and 10 inches. Basically 2 inches and 4 inches from either side. Okay, now that you've got your cardstock scored, you can go ahead and fold it. So I start with the inside fold, and I just going to use the bone folder and go in, and then you peel back this outer layer, 2 inches on the end, and then I go and I do the same thing on the other side. So at the inside fold, you fold into the card, and on the outside fold, you fold out of the card. And so then you end up with this gatefold card that kind of opens like this. So the next thing that I did was I cut out a kind of like a frame from the Elegant Edges cartridge, and it's the Heart 1 that's on page 26, and I cut it out at 4 inches. Now then, because you want it to be on the front of the card, you're going to need to cut it out in half. And it actually works out really well that if you line it up with 4 hearts on each side of the blade, it will cut directly in half. So count 4, there's little hearts on these, and you count 4 hearts in and cut it in half. Okay, so now that you have your 2 pieces of the frame, you're going to want to attach it, one to each side of the fold. I'm kind of glue heavy, so the one thing you do want to notice about this is that there's a rounded edge, and so you want to make sure you have a rounded edge on each outside of the fold. And just kind of center it. And make sure it lines up with the other piece. Okay, so now you have the base for your decorations on the front. So the next thing that I did was I cut out these little hearts, and they are from the Plantain School book, and they're cut out around 1 inch. I kind of used the Cricut Craft Room, and I pulled the outside corner to make them the size that I want. And I'm just going to affix these with pop dots. So the next thing that I did was I opened up the card, and I have a piece of white cardstock here that's cut at 3 inches by 4.5, and that's just going to kind of be the base for where you want to write your note and place your owl. So I'm just going to run some tape down the back of it and affix it. And I got a little tape on the front. Nothing's ever perfect, right? So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this cute little owl in. And this owl is cut from the Create a Critter cartridge. And it is on page 25. And I cut it at 3 inches. And I've already assembled it for you. And I'm again going to use some pop dots on here to make it stand up. I love pop dots. I probably use too many when I'm fixing things, but it's for kids, so hopefully it won't rip apart once they get a hold of it. Alright, so then I'm just going to kind of put them right there, and then I can write my saying under here. Now, in this card, I used my Crop-a-dile and I kind of affixed the two edges together, so you can see that the eyelet goes through both pieces of card. What I'm going to do with this one is I'm actually going to I'm going to put it so that as far as I can get it in, and so I'm trying to show you what I'm doing. I'm using my Crop-a-dile to create a hole to put my eyelets in, and I'm doing it in the center, and I'm only doing it on one flap. Okay, and then I'm sure that some of you know how to use the Crop-a-dile. I'm going to touch my eyelet. Okay. And you can get crazy symmetrical with this and line up your eyelets perfectly if you really want to. Since I'm doing a video, I'm just kind of doing it fast. So now I have this really super cute ribbon that I got at Joann's, and it has little owls and hearts for Valentine's Day. And I had already cut a piece of ribbon, and I'm just going to cut it in half so I can have one ribbon on each side of a piece of paper. And what I do is I stick it through the eyelets. This ribbon's kind of big. I probably should have used bigger eyelets. And I pull it through, and I try to make a knot as close to the end as possible. And then pull it through. I'm going to take my other piece of ribbon and do the same thing. This ribbon is super chunky, so it can be kind of hard to get the... And do the same thing and tie a knot at the back of it. Try to get it to the end. Okay, and then you pull it through, and then to shut it, I'm just going to go and tie a little bow here. try to do this bow pretty for you. I'm not the best at making bows. And there you go. And then I'll probably go ahead and cut this little off. Give me symmetrical. And there you have this cute little ribbon, and I would tie it a little bit tighter if it's better. But it's a little just, you know, it can stand up on its own, and when you open it, you're going to have a cute little saying on the inside. So thanks for coming, and thanks for watching my video.